BTD6 is the sixth installment in one of the most popular tower defense game franchises of all time. In BTD6, there are 14 different game modes, and the hardest one is Chimps, a game mode on the hard difficulty whose name is actually an acronym for its rule set. It stands for No Continues, Hearts Lost, Income, Monkey Knowledge, Powers, and Selling. Basically, you have one life, and if you die, that's it. Game over, you have to completely restart. You can't make extra money outside of popping the balloons, you can't sell towers, and there is absolutely zero pay to win involved. It's just you, your monkeys, and the balloons. However, for some insane players, this rule set still wasn't enough, and they created subcategories for chimps, like 2 Megapops and least cash chimps. But the most famous one is the 2 Tower Chimps, or the 2TC. This secret achievement only allows you to place down 2 towers for the whole Chimps run. No more, no less. This seems difficult, but between the many combos of monkeys, heroes, and maps, there are many 2TCs possible. By far the largest contributor to this are heroes, a different category of unique monkeys that level themselves up over time. But out of the 16 different heroes in BTD6, only 12 show up in the 2TC index. Why is this? Well, there's 2 big reasons. The first one is that Sorta and Geraldo, 2 of the heroes, are so good in a 2TC, they've been banned from the index. So if you try to submit a run with Sorta or Geraldo, it will not show up because Sorta and Geraldo are just too good in chimps. They've both completed 1 TCs before, which means that they're not allowed. The third hero is Benjamin, and he is good for only one thing, and that is making you extra money. So as you can imagine, in a game mode where you can't make extra money, he would definitely be extremely useful. Striker Jones, on the other hand, is a much different story. He doesn't have any successful 2TCs, but it is really close to working. Striker Jones, with just 1 or 2 small changes, can perform several 2TCs and join the ranks of the successful 2TC heroes. So why hasn't Striker Jones completed this challenge yet? Well, it is because of several factors. The main obvious one is that Striker Jones only works with mortar monkeys and bomb shooters. 2 of his 3 abilities are exclusive to these towers, while the mortar monkey plus striker combo does work, proved by Ryan Mahalik in a video he posted a few months ago. Both of these towers are way too expensive to be placed on round 6, and bomb shooters are just garbage overall and none of them even see camo. Another reason that Striker sucks is due to his almost non-existent Moab damage with not a lot of DPS going for him. He's too dependent on wide open space for his DPS to be utilized, he doesn't see camo, and his only useful ability does absolutely atrocious damage on impact and does nothing to bads. So a tower with Striker Jones needs to be cheap enough to afford on round 6, scale well with rounds, needs to hit lead, purple, zebra, and camo balloons, needs high enough PS and damage to take on Moabs and a super ceramic counter in late game, with enough DPS to completely pop the bad pretty much on its own. Most towers don't fit this criteria. But Brazio, you say, surely there must be one tier 5 that fits all these requirements. Striker Jones can deal with early rounds and his stun ability is really good. If you want to be completely sure nothing works, you need to try every single combination in the game. Well, that's just the thing. I did. Oh, but Brazio, that wasn't every combination in the game. You didn't try any of these other towers that you just so happened to put on the screen. Well, dear viewer, here's why I didn't try any of these other tier 5s. So, first of all, I'm just going to sell all of the towers that are too expensive to start off with on round 6, because obviously you can't complete a legitimate 2TC with that. Next, I'm going to remove all the towers that cannot see camo balloons by round 24. This includes a lot of the primary monkeys, druids, alchemists, and the other 2 engineer paths, and the other 2 submarine paths. That just leaves us with 5 towers. Now, the Tyrannosaurus Rex I didn't bother to try because it's only camos with the horned owl, and the top path showed me that that doesn't work. Next is the Icicle Impale. Now, the 4th tier cannot hit camo purples, so it dies to 37. Now, the final 3 towers here are actually the most promising. However, I didn't try Prince of Darkness and Pirate Lord because a certain somebody already tried to do it in his video from 7 months ago. That's right. Ryan Mahalik from the Mahalik Pops channel comes in to save the day. Out of all of the towers that I tested, these 2 by far went the furthest, with Pirate Lord being a guaranteed death on 95, and Prince of Darkness dying on 97. However, that just leaves one more tower, Poseidon, and it dies to camo whites and camo purples, so that means 45, 48, and 95 are all impossible. Do no towers work? Not even the Poseidon works with Striker Jones. Absolutely nothing. Well, if you remember, there was a red number 1 at the end of that sick montage. However, if Poseidon doesn't work, then what does? Well, I'm going to tell you. The tower that works is a tower that we've tried before. And it died on a round that it could have beaten. This is the Wizard Lord Phoenix. But Brazio, when you tested it on round 45, it died to the camo purples. Yes, but look at what happened to the first few camo purples. They turned into camo greens. Why is this? Well, as you know, the first tier of the middle path is the Fireball, and the Fireball can't hit purple balloons. However, its explosion can. It just has to hit a balloon next to the purple, and if this happens, the purple will pop. This has been a feature for a long time in the game, and it's not any sort of glitch. It is actually a thing that's supposed to happen. It's just that for you to actually utilize it, you need to be insane at micro. And there are a lot of camo purples on 45 and 48, so the chances of you pulling this off are low. But so far, it hasn't been proven impossible. With the assist of tools and slowdowns, technically, this could work. However, it's probably too difficult for humans to pull off in real time. But the Wizard Lord Phoenix and the Poseidon do share one other attribute. Remember how I said at the beginning of this video that if Striker Jones was given one change, it could open up several 2TCs? These are those 2TCs. All Striker Jones has to do is to see camo. Note how both the Wizard Lord Phoenix and the Poseidon are weak to one thing: camo purples and camo whites for the Poseidon. Funnily enough, these appear on exactly 3 rounds before round 100. 45, 48, and 95. The Wizard Lord Phoenix, with its fireballs and its ability, can hit purples, however for 45 and 48, we do not get enough money in Chimps for this to work. However, if Striker Jones could see camo, then he could be the one to pop the camo purples, and the Wizard Lord Phoenix 2TC would be over and done with right then and there. As well as this, if Striker Jones can see camo for whites, then he can cover up for the Poseidon's white weakness, and therefore that's the Poseidon as well. With just one change, that's 2 two-tower chimps right there. And it seems strange to me that out of the 4 original heroes, Striker, the military commander with military-grade equipment, is the only one that has 0 way of seeing camo balloons. I'm serious. Gwendolyn with her cocktail and Firestorm can see camos. Oban with both his abilities can absorb camos. Quincy can see camos outright. All Striker Jones has to do is get camo detection by round 8, that's how much we can afford, or maybe round 9 if we skip out on the Summoned Phoenix, and we're good. Like, that's the run done right there. Striker Jones 2TC is possible. He just needs to see camo balloons. Ah yes, military commanders, flying aircraft, machine guns, lasers, mortar shells, sniper monkeys with goggles, robots, wizards, scientists, fiery hellholes, and the literal sun cannot see balloons that a dart monkey with red wristbands can. Thank you, Ninja Kiwi. Striker Jones at level 10 gets a scope, which are used to look for things. A military commander has military equipment that he could use to detect the camo balloons, but since he can't see them with his right eye, he refuses to shoot at them anyway. Wonderful. Just to prove that I wasn't making bogus claims, I did actually try the Wizard Lord Phoenix combo with Striker Jones with camo to see if it would actually work. Technically, this would be a nerfed version of Striker Jones's camo because I'm using a Submergent support, which is imperfect. However, it's the best I could use without actually buffing Striker. And believe it or not, round 45 and 48 I did actually manage to defeat, as well as 95 and 100. So, if Striker Jones was given camo detection by round 8 or 9, the Striker Jones 2-tower chimps would be possible, and Benjamin would be left alone as the only hero who can't 2TC. There are more possible combinations of 2TC that would work with Striker if he had camo, including, but not limited to, Poseidon, obviously, Archmage, Preemptive Strike, and Pirate Lord, since Striker can now attack DDTs, and that means Pirate Lord will be much more effective. And if Striker Jones got cheaper, cheap enough so that he could be afforded on round 6, then that opens a door to a ton more possibilities, such as Blue Incineration, Tsar Bomber. He could also be used with Flying Fortress with Middle Path, obviously. So overall, if Striker Jones just had one or two small changes, he would be a very useful 2-tower chimps hero. But other than that, that's it from me. I am going to bed. Oh yeah, one last thing, if you want to try out this challenge yourself, here is the code. It is on screen right now. You just have to make sure that the Submergent support gets 0 pops overall. Also, my 2-year channel anniversary is happening in 3 days, and I want to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of that. We're like 73 subscribers away, and with your help, we can definitely reach that. Please and thank you. Please subscribe, and good night.